Hi Chandni, good evening. Hi. So we are going to wait for 2-3 minutes for more people to join in. Hi Saurabh, how are you? Good to see you guys here. Am I audible? Oh great, thank you so much. Thank you so much. मैं एकदम ठीक हूँ सौरभ, हाउ आर यू? आप कैसे हो? Good evening guys. A happy Sunday to you all. Can you just confirm to me if you can hear me clearly? Are you able to? बढ़िया, मस्त मस्त, as we say in Hindi. सब मस्त है अभी, which is so nice to see after a long time, 2 years, 2 साल के बाद. Okay, so we'll wait for some more people to join in, and then I'll start my program. Just 1 second. I will just speak to the guest 1 minute. Okay. So we wait for our guests to join in. In the meantime, a very good evening to everyone, and thank you so much for taking out time and investing your Sunday evening with me, with my life. I'm grateful for that. And so this is one series which we have started, which is called the Client Speak. What it means is that I get the clients on board with whom we have worked, and we share, the clients actually share their real-time experiences with us as interior designers. Let me introduce myself. I am Madhu Ranjit Singh. I am an interior designer, and I'm a co-founder along with my husband for Inner Space Interior Designing and Consultation. We are a 15-year young company with 150 clients up till now, and so we love organizing people's lives. We believe in it, that we are here in this business to organize people's lives in order to help them live a very peaceful and joyful life, saving their time, energy and money. So that's how we go about it, and we specialize in residential interiors, but we have also done hospitals, clinics, offices, the other commercial places as well. So this is all about us, and we are from Thane, Hiranandani Meadows, where our office is located. So I welcome everyone for the great evening, and I guess Dr. Rakesh is here, so I will just send him an invite. Dr. Rakesh, I am sending you an invite. Just give me a moment, please. I will just send him an invite, and then we take him on board. Yes, here. Dr. Rakesh, I've just sent you an invite, and you have to just accept that, and you will be able to join the live along with me. Yay! Yes,
Hi. I made it.
you did it. Okay. So, actually, honestly, before we go ahead with anything, I'm feeling more happy with reference to, all the clients are actually joining in Instagram first timers. Okay, all of them.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
include myself into it, include me in that.
So I am so happy that you guys are like, you're adding some value in via this client speak series.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Okay.
not much of a social guy, it's like when you told me that you're going live, I said I don't have Instagram. You said, I mean, I'll help you out with it.
No, but then the previous, I mean, all the clients said the same thing, and I told them
Yeah.
it's okay because it's very simple. Insta is very simple,
Yeah.
and not at all complicated actually.
Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
good evening, everyone, and we have our guest, Dr. Rakesh Saigaonkar, for the evening today. Let me introduce you, Dr. Saigaonkar. He is an MBBS from GSMC Hospital. He is MD Medicine from JJ Hospital. He's also the consulting physician practicing in Thane since last 19 years. Oh, so that's a good time, yeah. Okay. Merit
Yeah.
holder, yeah, long time. Merit holder in university, worked as lecturer in JJ Hospital, member of Clinical Research Society of India, wow, executive member of Thane API, he has special interest in diabetology and gastroenterology. Okay, so everything is going bouncers.
Kind of. Like, come on. Diabetes and gastro, everybody knows now. Very simplified resume.
So thank you so much, Dr. Rakesh, for joining in here and especially investing your evening um, with us, Sunday evening with us,
Yeah.
and with our
No, it's a
viewers.
pleasure sharing any evening with you all. With
Thank you
Ranjit,
so
with you,
much.
any evening will do.
Thank you so much, and we reciprocate the same feelings towards you and your family.
Yes.
Okay, so I like before we start the conversation, it's going to be a very informal conversation.
Right.
Whatever you feel like sharing your experiences, you can share. And in the meantime, if at all there are any questions from the audience, so we will pick up the questions, and then if they are throwing any questions to you or to me, so in between we might just pick up some questions. And
Yes.
yeah, and this is for all the viewers, so thank you so much for joining in. It's going to be a very interesting conversation. If any questions with reference to interiors, or if there is any other questions you all want to ask, please feel free to put it in the comment box below. In between, we'll keep on checking, and we will pick up the questions. In case if you are not, because the conversation is going to be very interesting, and you might be not in that state of mind to like kind of ask questions now, so then you can put down your questions later, and then I will be more than happy to answer your questions. So here we go. So Dr.
Yes.
Rakesh, yeah. So it's, as I said, it's going to be a very informal kind of conversation, and it's a real-time conversation because it's your experience. It's nothing beyond that. So what I
Okay.
would like to ask you and let the viewers know is that when was it that you came across inner space, and how?
Well, Madhu, it's a very interesting story. Myself and Madhu as well as Ranjit, we used to take our daughters to Shamak Davar Academy in Thane, that was in Hiranandani Estate. And like things click, like you say, like mind don't require introduction. You just every session for our daughters used to be like fun, dancing inside. But for us used to be a coffee time. Me
Yes.
and Ranjit many a times. And Madhu used to just join in some day and on. So like I think it must be 2008 or 2009, I suppose, somewhere
Mhm.
around that time. And during those times, so maybe around in 2010, we were just like, good friends, nothing like professional exchange, nothing like, we were just talking like friends. It was not like a professional liaison between the two, wherein I am talking about what I am, or rather Ranjit or Madhu is talking about what they are. Like we knew each other. Then this time came in 2010 that a place clicked for us to set up our hospital. So in 2011, finally we got that place, and with the first person that came into our mind were our friends Madhu and Ranjit both in a space. We went to their office, seeing their office, we were like, quite amazed, like, the waterfall and the decorum of the office and all. We all sat. First thing what we did, we again had coffee. We did not discuss anything else, but we had coffee during that time. And then, like myself and my wife, Dr. Jyoti Saigaonkar, we and Madhu and Ranjit, we all sat. We had a very good time. And after that, we just like, put into our thoughts about how our hospital has to be. Not like routine hospitals, like wherein you feel stressed and tense to go inside and worry about, many factors. I don't want to mention it, like many factors are included into it. So, like whatever points were like discussed. So, first meeting, second meeting, third meeting. Till that time, we were both the parties, neither our party, neither from Ranjit's party point of view. We were about to like start work from so and so date and so and so date. So we were just discussing, discussing, discussing. Then one fine day we decided, yes, we go ahead. Ranjit had a concept. We gave a concept that we want to look natural, and Ranjit had a concept. This was our first project with Inner Space, wherein we just gave our concepts. We did not choose the material. We did not do anything. Only thing what Ranjit asked us to come along is to see some color combinations. We did not know what is going to be used, what not, and all. One fine day, Ranjit calls us to the office again. We go there. Again the same thing. Coffee first for half an hour. Coffee day ka coffee hum kabhi nahi bhul sakte. Right from when our daughters met till the time we still now whenever we meet the first thing what we have is coffee. When Ranjit comes home,
Coffee.
it's coffee which I make. When we go out or meet somewhere, we find a coffee shop and sit and do it. So it's like this professional as well as personal touch to this project, like it went on so smoothly. We went, as I was telling you, Ranjit called us in a space, आ जाओ, कुछ बात करनी है. So we came, and like, during all these things, there was nothing like we were talking about money at all. What we told him with this is what our concept, this is what our value is, and Ranjit came with a agreement. And we said, what is this agreement? We never heard about all these things. So, like, Ranjit said, we at Inner Space are committed to give our clients the project in their hands in the time specified by them. We were like, that was really something because I'll tell you one thing, like any interior, if I speak about any interior, the opposite party or the friends or this thing will always say, पता नहीं कितना time लेंगे, बीच में कुछ आ जाएगा, फिर कुछ हो जाएगा. Like, see, these are all things building up. You can not avoid certain unavoidable circumstances. But this gesture from Inner Space that there would be an agreement, and this is the specified time we'll be completing the project, and this thing. So we were like, ये सच में ऐसा भी होता है. Like, the project has an agreement before we do it. So we sign all the agreement and all profession. So profession is different, and your personal, what you can say, space is different. And we were really happy about it. We fixed a date of 26 January 2011, and Ranjit told us you will get the hospital by that time. From now onwards, you start telling people that you're opening an hospital on 26 Jan. So like things went smoothly. I cannot remember going more than 5 times to the hospital and seeing how is the work going on. So like this, I think 6 months we were not in touch much. Only thing what we had was coffee वगैरह पियेंगे, office जाएंगे, देखेंगे, थोड़ा बातें करेंगे, and like what materials would be used वगैरह and all this. How is the hospital going to look? How is it going to be? We do not know. We gave all the requirements what a surgical hospital or my wife is an infertility specialist and she is also endoscopic surgeon. So whatever the setup the hospital requires with all the dimensions of the room, then moving around the instruments, then the OT and all this stuff. Like I am not much into it. Jyoti knows it much better. So, like all these things were considered, pros and cons, and everything were done. There were hurdles, as always, in any project from the society and all, but things were all settled down. And finally, on 26th of January, 25th of January evening, we went to the hospital and like seeing the glaze and the glamour of the hospital, we were just like taken away. Is this our hospital, our dream project? It's something we were really very, very happy to have this. Like, the workers were working for, in the last week, they were working
Yeah.
for all 24 hours. I think 5, 7 days, they were totally working for 24 hours. The hospital was ready on 26th morning. We had a puja and an opening during that time, and people were really amazed. And now it is 2021, almost 10 years. The project has been the same. We are also maintaining the project that very clean and
Yes,
healthy.
of course.
And whatever the work is done, it's still strong. The thing is, like in India, what is the biggest drawback in India? Whatever you do a project and this thing, the post service which you normally get back is like very poor. You need to just follow up with people like anything wherein you find yourself the others are so busy, even a plumber or a carpenter or this thing, to get these people to come to your house, it takes like,
Mhm.
multiple phone calls. But like
Mhm.
what I am comfortable with inner space and you all, like, as a friend or even as a client, I can always call up or message you and tell you that these are the problems. Then the solution to the problem is given. See, we are not expertise into architect or like interior designing and all. So, like, you expect as a client some solution from the
Absolutely.
company whom you've put your faith into. So, this is
Absolutely.
what Inner Space is committed to and dedicated to. Like, you can say as a post-sale service, what you normally get. See, basically, the company has done the job. They know in and out. The blueprint of the project is with the company. The people who have worked for the project, they really know where the things are. To get anybody from outside getting the things done, your wonderful project goes haywire. You find small patches of discrepancies wherein you don't like certain patch in your place because it is being done
Mhm.
by someone else. So, like, this
Mhm.
is one commendable thing from my side, which I can always share it with anyone, that the commitment towards solving the problems. See, that problem may
Mhm.
take time,
Mhm.
genuinely, to a certain extent. It's not like it is neglected. It is at least taken into consideration. I have heard about so many companies or interiors wherein once the work is done, हमारा काम खत्म हो गया. इसका कोई guarantee नहीं है. It's nothing like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Things are repaired, solution is given, references are given that you can get these things done from these kind of people, because see, we do not know how that work goes. Say, for example, my patients, say I'm a doctor. I have my patients. I have my patients who send more patients. Why? Because they have faith in me. The same
Absolutely.
way, yeah, the same way. Like if I have anything, if even have to do work from someone else, I would ask Ranjit or I would ask Madhu, and indirectly they will tell me if it is not possible from their side, they will at least tell me that these are the people from whom you can get the things done. So
Mhm.
like you can just put on to you don't have to worry about if anything is happening in your hospital or at home. Now, as far as our home is also concerned, my wife and Ranjit had struggled a lot during Corona times, very difficult times we had faced together. But one good thing about my project at home, I am sitting in that new house. I think we took almost 3 to 4 years. The 2 years went into Corona thing. Rest of the things were like, plus minus from society, thanks in plus and minus. But the one good thing is that inner space did not leave my hand, neither did I leave inner space hand. That was very important. Many people have crumbled down, many people have ran away, and are saying it is not possible for us to do it. But the USB of inner space is to whatever they are committed. I can vouch on one thing that tomorrow, if Madhu and Ranjit decides now we are enough with inner space, now we are retiring from it. But I'll tell you, if they have taken that a particular project, even if that project is going to take a longer time, they are not going to leave a project and leave on to someone else. They will see to it that your things are getting done and you are into the line of completion. So this is something like, See, it's not that because I'm friends with Ranjit and Madhu that I'm giving you all this positive feedback. But what I mean to say is, as I told you, there is something called as faith, which you normally have. We had one project which was wonderfully handed to us. The second project is almost done. There are few things because of Corona, the things have lagged, but they will also be done. So it's like my work is completed on both the times. And see, you cannot compare all these things with money. There are certain things, imagination has cannot be tallied with any monetary compensation. Whether it be like you can say that I am giving this much money, so the interior designer has to do whatever I have given. There have been so many instances. On YouTube, you see some. People have done renovations and like some houses over and all. People must have spent a lot, but at least the material, the channelization of your thought, your dream, there is certain one new thing which Ranjit has done at my home, which he said was the first time that he has done it. And it has turned out to be so beautiful. So like, use of wallpaper along with an LED light on the ceiling. So it's something he said, Rakesh and Jyoti, like Jyoti was also there. He said, let's do it. It will look good. So we were also imagining, we also started imagining, everybody looking up how it could look like. So that way, one fine day we sat almost, I think, 3, 4 hours at that, at a store at Tiri petrol pump. And then we finalized. And we did not know how it would look. Then one fine day, Ranjit said, Chalo, karte. And they started doing it. The thing happened in one day. The whole house with the wallpaper, decora was done in one whole day. And Ranjit told us, let's go and see. Because Ranjit had given them the idea. He was also not aware how it would look like. And we both, when we entered inside, along with Jyoti, the three of us, and we just looked up. We looked up for a long period of time, stating we are in a five-star hotel, like a Taj five-star hotel, wherein you place some, decorative items at strategic positions. This is something which normally I or anybody else or who is a non-architect will not have anything in their mind. But those concepts that pour in, it comes with experience. You have worked, you have found that there are certain things which have been happening and certain things you get an input from many others as well. And things, so we have a beautiful house and we are living in it happily. Plus and minus are always there because when you initially go in, there are always like adjustment times. You take 3 months or 6 months or something, but we're really happy with the project. And if you ask me, the most details will be given by my wife. You interview her someday for the house project, and she will tell you all the ups and downs about it and what the wonderful moments we had, while planning the house, execution of it, and the final representation of the house. It was like all like a movie, you can say. It all had patience in it. It all had support from
Absolutely.
both the ends. And like it was like, there were times also, I'll tell you, it was not all goody goody. There have been many times wherein we were raised also to a certain extent. But Ranjan is such a stable guy, no? He knows how to relax you. And one thing, Rakesh, Jyoti, don't worry, we will see what. And to make him this person, the woman behind it is in the front of the screen, Madhu, who has been an image consultant and she has been molding Ranjit in such a beautiful way, like in such stressful times as well. Like being a friend, I know what kind of stress he has gone through also. Like this, both of them have stood by inner space and they have stood by the projects which are in their hands. So I'm truly, truly happy to be associated with them. And more than that, I'm truly, you can say, fortunate enough to be friends with Madhu and Ranjit both.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rakesh. I think there's so much of detailing, so much of detailing. My God, you
There are
remember
so
it.
many things. There are so many things. There
Yeah,
are many things. If you start talking, then this live program will go on for two,
we
3 years.
can go
People will be
on.
bored, or maybe they will be more interested. I do not know. Well, I know there's so many memories since the last. I think in these two projects only, we don't have much memories about our hospital because, as I said, we only hardly met for I think not more than 5 times. And like
Yes,
discussions were on in your office at Inner Space. But like for the
absolutely.
house, there have been multiple memories, because there are so many ups and downs in this project. And as you say, na, anything that beautiful comes out has to have some hard work behind it. there has to have some pitfall, there have to have some good moments, and then
Yeah.
only it gives you a beautiful project or product later on, which you can
Mm.
always think about. Like you, at those stressful times, must have cried also. My wife must have cried so many times. What is happening? Why is it not happening? But the thing is, like, after the end of the story, finally, what you get in your hand is a beautiful thing. And finally, as it all said, everything that ends well is
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
well, like,
Well,
something like that. And
yeah.
now you can laugh. This thing happened, and during that time we were doing all these things. We fought, we said, we this, that, but things are all right between friends.
So actually, this when you were comparing, you were saying about like your profession and interior designing profession. Actually, it's a both the professions are very noble professions. Both the professions are very noble, and so somewhere this profession when we started at that point of time, before actually jumping into it, we had done a small survey, and in that
Okay,
survey, yeah, so in that survey, we got to know the pain points of people, and
okay,
some of the pain points which they actually highlighted. Yeah, so some of the pain points that they highlighted was very interesting, and so it's a very unorganized market, interiors. So there are
exactly,
people yeah, so there are people who are interior decorators also in the market. There are contractors also, and they call themselves as interior designers and whatever. Like this, it's very unorganized. So when before landing up into this, we said we should have some backup as to what kind of scenario is there in the market. So we were very categorically told by people, and it was really highlighted very clearly. And that was the quality. So they, like, it
correct,
came out that what was committed was not delivered. So you
correct.
would say that this is what I'm going to use, but then the substandard quality was
Exactly,
used.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So that
That is
was one
what
of
that is what I mentioned. Like, even in Cyhawker Hospital, whatever the materials were used and like which are still going on strong. See, wear and tear is always going to be there. But drastic, gross changes which you see is normally what you are talking about, the material, the
yeah,
quality of material, which is told and which is used. Like a
yeah.
lay person can never know what is the difference between the two.
Yeah, yeah. And second thing that came up very, very strong. This was stronger like crazy, and that was the delivery of the project, the
Correct,
deadline.
correct,
And since we both come from corporate background and also we come from defense background, so that became very paramount for us. And we said no, because at the end of the day, the clients actually get very hassled.
correct,
So uh, okay, minus the corona time, before that, we have a record of handing over the keys exactly either on the date that is committed or before the date that is committed. And as
exactly.
you said, as you rightly put it, that last 1 week there were people working. So normally last 10 days are when you will see a lot happening on the site. The reason is because there are so many things to be done, and we are very particular about handing over on time and on the date that is delivered. I mean committed, and also or previous day. So we have been doing that. It's a record, but because of the corona and because of the COVID,
Correct.
there
Correct.
have been delays in terms of your home also. There was a bit of delay. Plus there was another client who I'm going to take him also live very soon. So his project also got a bit delayed, and there is another one couple. So these three projects actually got delayed because there was lockdown, then the labor problem, because all the labors
Correct.
were to go
Correct.
back, and then they wouldn't
Correct.
come back, and everything got disrupted completely.
Correct.
So yeah, but I think it taught us a lot. And I think, as I always tell everybody, that me and Ranjit, inner space team, feels really blessed that we have clients who trust us completely, and we have not come across any client abhi tak
that, who has literally like kind of troubled us in any way or whatever. No, we have had very good transactions. I think somewhere the agreement part also plays, because
Yeah.
it's a, yeah, because it's very
That's
transparent.
true. That's true. That's true. Like
It's
for a client, if you ask me, like you have a particular set point. This is the day when you want to approach into that new project. Like, in India,
mm,
auspicious day is very important. Like you
mm,
always want to enter into an auspicious day so that you
yes,
remember that day that this is the time when we all started in. So
yeah.
like Muhurat ho sakta hai ya fir it could be date like 26 Jan, which I told you. And like
Mm,
to get your product in your hand on that day straightforward, it's something like you can always feel happy about, and at the same time, like telling this thing to others, people are amazed you got your place when you were promised. That is highly impossible kind of a thing. As you told me, that time commitment frame, that is very important. And I think inner space, as I told you, the USB is that only, like you know product quality is definitely not questionable at all, but this time frame, which like many people, even big interior companies, do lack, like stating, see, when things are involved wherein see, as an interior designer, you have your things in place. Like if there is an inflow of so many things from outside, from so many different retailers, it's not like you are
mm,
going to buy things from one particular thing. So there
mm,
could be delays from other side, keeping them into line, keeping them into that frame, and getting your things done is also very difficult. So like
mm,
so that somewhere inner space is able to do it quite frequently. I think that's why your client are loyal to you, and maybe that is the reason why you don't face any problem, because you are apt and prompt in your action. So like there is
mm,
nothing from the opposite side, except for, as you told, that 3 4 projects you just like
mm,
delayed due to this corona thing, and then again delayed.
mm.
These are certain things which you only can understand. Clients don't understand to a certain bit, but because we know you,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that commitment, we had experienced that
Mm,
commitment in our first
mm,
project, so we know there is nothing. What you can say, जिसको बोलते जानबूझ के कोई चीज किया हुआ नहीं है. It's like
mm,
things have happened, and the
mm.
thing is like to overcome it and get the things done. It's a different story altogether.
Yeah, and actually because of the lockdown, there was
Yes,
not only us, even our clients also got disturbed. So
yes,
they business was
yes.
hit. So the flow of money and lot of
Yes, absolutely, absolutely,
everything.
absolutely. Again, the societies were not allowing people to work
Society will
inside,
not,
and all these plus minus things, not many things were there.
yes, yes. So there's a lot of things
Yeah,
that, but then I think that was a churning. It was very
yeah.
much required,
Actually,
maybe.
this
Like,
is what experience is, Madhu. This is how
yeah.
experience is. Like when you go through a bad phase, that
Mm,
bad, that was the phase bad for all. For some,
yeah.
it was monetary. For some, it was all materialistic. But for some, it was related to your life. Like,
Oh, yeah.
considering what people have lost, what we have lost is nothing in front of them, actually.
Nothing. Yeah, yeah.
Nothing. So like, at least we could recover those. We could recover in whatever way. Maybe it would take some time. But people who have lost, like, I just can't say anything. We cannot
Mm.
compare ourselves with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct. So, how was the reaction of your daughter when she actually saw that bed and
You should
her
ask her. You should
painting?
ask her. She's the best person to ask her.
Right?
You should have a small session with her. She will tell you. Actually, the space which inner space created in her bedroom, wherein she wanted a mandala, and secondly, she also wanted a space in her room so that she can, like, dance around, sit around, her friends coming in, whatever way. She wanted a good space. So what was thought about was a foldable bed. What do you call, Madhu, that bed that has a specific name? That too, everything was framed. Then this Corona started. Then the frame which we actually asked for was all not there. And then again it came. But it turns out to be so beautiful. And the bed is foldable. Once the bed is down, you get to see that mandala, and it's like really the attraction of a room. This is one attraction. And secondly, like after folding the bed, the what you say, the frame over the back of the bed or the lower end of the bed is so
Yeah.
beautiful. The picture which we decided to put on it, it gives such a soothing effect. And what are those lights we are RB lights, whatever, the flickering lights on the back. My daughter is full to it. It's a discotheque for her. It's like a wonderful bedroom for her. She does not like us entering. I'm sitting in a room only. She does not like her room to be invaded by either of her parents. Bilkul bhi nahi. She doesn't want anybody in this room except for her friends. We have given her that private space, but I love to come into the room now and then, it's like really wonderful, very peaceful, and very baby-like room out here.
Yeah. So actually, that wall-mounted beds are really nowadays being
Yes,
done up in
it
many.
yes, and the thing is, see, you do get beds you are putting on, but the mechanics of it is just wonderful. And
It's
secondly,
wonderful.
the pick, yeah. And secondly, the pick, what you call it, the graphic which we have put in over the bed. Initially, we thought about putting it in a glass laminate, but somehow it was getting really difficult because the glass laminate will crack because of the repeated coming to it. So
Yes, yes.
Ranjit came up with an idea. We put in some beautiful pick, and that pick, whatever the thing is so beautiful. It's like every morning when Tanishka does not like to put the bed up. But I always ask her after you get up from your bed, get the bed up, you see that beautiful picture. Like coming into the room, seeing the beautiful picture makes you feel really happy. And she is like always excited. In fact, yeah, I almost forgot. The lights which we had put in, I had told Ranjit, see, Tanishka was saying, since Ranjit said done, I'll tell you when to get her. And the pick which we had decided, we also finalized it together, and both these things were on. And one fine day, I just came in, asked Tanishka to wait outside for some time. And Tanishka has a room wherein one wall is made of glass.
Yes.
Yeah, and the lights are thrown on it, and we have put some artifacts like, Ranjit maybe in the near future will put in the pictures after a professional shoot, and we have put in a blinder, and it was lit. I came inside, lit it. I put the lights off in her room, except for that RGB lights. What lights with the freaking the different color lights, and to put at the ceiling, to give a disco effect. She came in, she was not aware. The glass thing she just saw and she found it so beautiful. Well, this is what you asked me to come in. Well, yeah, just see your room. Like it's like, wow. देखो तुमको अच्छा लगता है कि we tried our best. She came in and she was like, nowadays kids have a very weird reaction.
Oh, yes.
This is only 10%. She had a very different, exuberant reaction seeing what, I had put the bed down. She had not seen the image which I had put in. Mandela, she was very happy to see. She was very happy to see the lights and all this. She was just dancing there, just like hopping around. Then I said, I have another surprise for you. Then she said, what? No, what? Everything is there in the room. What else is there to surprise me? I told her, okay, fine. We'll just put in the bed up. And when she saw that pic on the bed, she just said, what a beautiful picture Ranjit uncle has put in. It is just so wonderful. She was so happy. हमने बोला हमारा काम हो गया, सफल हो गया, सफल. The whole home is done now. When your daughter is feeling happy to come inside this house, the whole work is done. The rest all will keep on coming.
I think Jyoti also feels very relaxed now.
Yeah,
She
absolutely.
is very
In fact,
happy.
I'll tell you, you feel very relaxed when you come inside this house. Like, aram se. There is lot of light in this house. During the day, you don't need. And the light placements also in the house, Ranjit has made it in such a way wherein it's some pairing system. Like, on
Yes.
one switch, you have two pairs on opposite side
Yes.
which lit. As of which, the whole rooms get illuminated. It's not necessary for us to put in all the lights to be bright. So the lighting and see, basically, when you come inside the house, you do love lights, but you do not want those lights to pierce your eye or
Yes.
into bombard you, that high intensity lights. You really don't want. So these lights are bright, but they do not kill your eyes.
Okay.
Something like I can tell you soothing effect on your eyes. You feel soothing. You feel as if you have come to a shant place. And like
Yeah.
whenever Ranjit has come till now for discussions and all for certain things, as usual, coffee लेके हम लोग बैठते हैं सोफे पे, we watch some TV, and Ranjit says, I will love to continue sit here and maybe have wine along with it. So I said, yes, definitely things are going to be that way after we complete everything else. And you'll be the first person to come inside this house with a glass of, or rather a bottle of wine. And I'll tell you, he is a wine wizard, I can tell you. once
Yes.
during our daughter's program of Shamak Davar at Bandra, we had Ranjit told us we'll go to what we will do for 2, 3 hours. They had some before their some sessions they used to have summer and in winters. So like there was this practice session during one summer vacation. So I and Ranjit had gone to some seven some restaurant in Ranjit had decided, and we had a wonderful wine. That period, that was the first time I really enjoyed wine. Otherwise, I was not aware of anything what wine is. When he told me ये wine के साथ में ना ये खाया जाता है, ऐसे wine के साथ में ये खाया जाता है. Well, whatever you order and you make me eat and drink. That time there was no project वगैरह. It was all Shamak. For 2 years we were just like that. No, 2008, I think 9, 10,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
2011 the project came. So it was
Yeah.
not like कि मतलब Rakesh has given Ranjit a project. That's why Ranjit is doing everything this way. No, it was not like it was friendship first.
Hmm. No, but I think the transition was very beautiful because we didn't know each other.
No,
It was
not at all. Yeah, yeah,
it was just that oh hi, acha, oh my God, what the
exactly, exactly.
birthday, and that actually also made a difference.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that also made a difference. Both our daughters share the same birthday. थोड़ा सा
Birthdays.
टाइम अलग है नहीं तो टाइम भी सेम हो जाता.
The time और बाद में वो that CCD was rocking during that time. So
Yeah, yeah.
we started with CCD, then we graduated to Starbucks, and
Starbucks.
yeah, and now we graduated to your home. So
Yeah,
it's
you
been,
can say that. You can say
yeah,
that.
yeah. So it's been a very good, I think, transition, and yeah. So I think, Dr. Rakesh, anything else that you would like to share, or if you are comfortable, would you like to just take your camera since it's mobile? Do you want to take us
Mhm.
through a bit of,
Bit of
but
because
doesn't
like
mean
Jyoti and Tanishka, there I'm sitting inside a room because they are studying right now. The Tanishka is preparing for her exams,
yeah, yeah,
which are
yeah.
due. That's the reason why. So like I
Okay,
can show
okay,
you this room. I can
okay,
Baki rest they are just running around. If like we
okay.
can make it with Jyoti someday, like
Sure,
Aram say like after 12th September, it would be we would be really happy to
sure,
get
sure,
around.
sure. No
Yeah,
worries, no worries. Whose room are you sitting in now?
in Tanishka's room, I'll show you. You can see my video clearly
Yeah, absolutely clearly, very, very clear.
because like your video is paused. So I'm not
Huh?
sure whether my internet is slow or something like that.
But I'm able to view, and mine is also in my here it is moving.
It's moving, no? Yeah. I'll just try to,
Yeah.
this is her bed. Like,
So that,
this is the mandala which I was
yeah,
talking about. And the
yeah,
lights are out there,
yeah,
which because around in different colors. And one more thing I wanted to tell you was about these fans. We were aware there was something like this, but this is what Ranjit recommended as one place wherein you could, get these beautiful fans, which are
yeah,
quite different. We know all this, it has different mode of lights wherein
yeah.
you can start and it's very soothing and apart from your daily routine, if you just put on a fan with this light, you don't require anything else. And see, this is the
No,
wallpaper thing which, sorry?
it's looking very pretty also.
Yeah, yeah. And see, this is the wallpaper thing which was done on the ceiling. This is
Right.
one thing, whereas in the hall, it's in a different way. It's not anything like this. Now, if you can see this lining, it looks like wood straight away. When I
Hmm.
came in first, I really asked Ranjit, did you apply some plywood or anything like that? And they told, no, it's the wallpaper. It's out there. It's a different kind of wallpaper which we had. And as I told you, the lights are diagonally placed, wherein see, you can see
Yeah,
this one, and the one here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
These go on one suite. So because of its diagonality, it's like the illumination is quite good. As also with
Hmm.
this and the light out here. So
Yeah, yeah.
this diagonal placements of lights with the switches being common makes a lot of difference. And again, this bookshelf again has this all lights. And I'll
Hmm.
try to show you the bed getting folded. I'll try it with my one hand. I'll just give the. I'll try. I'm a big muscle man.
Oh God,
I'll
you're a
try a bit.
God. Thank you so much.
I'll just try once.
Wow.
See, once it gets folded, this is how it turns out to be. So, like
Super.
once you enter from the room, so this is how it is. We have placed a rug down
Rug.
there. Yeah,
Hmm.
very soft and listening. Once the bed is folded, Tanishka is all lying out here.
Yeah.
And this is the painting. This is how it goes.
It looks
And it's so
beautiful.
beautiful. I don't know
Yeah.
how it looks on camera, but personally, it
No,
looks
it looks
very
very,
beautiful.
very,
See
it's
this.
looking very beautiful, Rakesh.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Very, very beautiful, very bubbly, and it's adding that
Yes,
wow. Yeah, it's adding that
yes.
wow
And so,
factor to
like,
the room.
yeah, yeah. Initially, I told Tanishka, this is you. And she was amazed. I said, no, this is not me. I said, no, this is you. We have made something out of it. And I'll just show you how the bed comes down. So, like, it's done by my daughter alone.
Huh. Mhm.
This is down. So, you remove these flaps.
Yeah.
So, it's only when you have to get the bed up that you tie it up so that the
Mhm.
mattress does not come down.
Mhm.
So, this is Tanishka's room. Beautiful. I'll
Wow.
show you from this side. And again, her bathroom is made a bit different as compared to ours. She wanted something different. I don't know how you see it, but this is all blue. These are all
Yes, yes, we can
anti-skid.
see. Yes, we
Yeah,
can
it
see.
looks
Yeah.
like a marine thing. Yeah, yeah. And the thing is
Mhm.
like, I'll show
Mhm.
you. See, the whole house is white, and you can see this blue gateway into like, something like Alice in Wonderland. You go out from some white background by the sides and straight away
Mhm.
enter into something which is blue, dark blue. The tiles and the flooring.
Yes.
As
Yes.
also the basin has this different material. I don't know much about it because this was all decided by Jyoti and Ranjit together when they went out in search of something different.
Mhm. Mhm. Wow.
Sorry, I couldn't show you the whole house. I would definitely love to,
No, no, that's
but
okay.
like they
That,
are just carrying out with the session. There's some neat special Sunday classes and tests are going on outside. So I'm
yeah,
sitting
yeah,
inside the room getting
yeah.
myself locked.
No, no, I totally understand. And in fact, I would like to, thank you so much for joining in this in spite of that, because I was like telling Ranjit, no, if it's, very important, and because her exams are, the NEET is like just
Yeah,
due.
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
if I
No,
can stop.
as you told us, ki like, last 10 days are always so like her exams are on 12. The last 10 days of ours is going to be like,
Yeah,
this whole house is going to be like only for
correct,
exams, like exam
correct,
oriented, as if I am giving my MBBS or MD and Jyoti is giving her own. So we are preparing Tanishka in that way, like,
correct, correct, correct. So we have all another doctor in the making.
yes, hopefully she goes through well through it.
I'm sure she will. She's a smart girl.
Yes, yes, I think so. All wishes with her. From our side,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes. So, Dr. Rakesh, is there any other message that you would like to give? Two, three questions. One, would you like to, do you have anything for the people? You want to give any message as in terms of inner space? Yes. But besides inner space, like for getting inner space, only with reference to getting interiors done. Like you could get it done from anyone you are comfortable with,
Correct,
but
correct.
how does an interior, how does that interior, once you get your designing done and you live in this kind of a house or an environment or even the
Correct.
workspace, what do you have to say about it? How does that add value to your life?
See, basically for anyone, like including us, if you talk about you have a space and you need to design it and you want to live into it, the first thing that comes into anybody's mind is that it has to be beautiful the way we imagine. Like, that imagination could be anything. You are just not aware. See, basically, talking about interiors, I'll tell you very frankly, whatever you see in movies, whatever you see in serials, oh, what wonderful house they have, what wonderful upholstery it has. Like, you go to a five-star hotel or you go to any three-star hotel wherein you find the interiors very well. Oh, you always feel my room or my bedroom should be like this, or my hall should be like this. This should be in my house. all these things, do come into your mind when you want to design someone. If you do not have anyone, any interior design, say for example, I'm just have to get my house done, and I don't know anyone. I do not know Ranjit. It was my uh, maybe destiny that I had to know Ranjit and Madhu, and finally they are the
Hmm.
ones who have designed my both the places. But just in case if I don't have anyone, as a client, I am worried to whom should I give? How do I know which interior is better? Where to go around and ask. So it's like interior publicity is through mouth. Like you can say mouth publicity, wherein अभी मेरा घर और hospital अच्छा किया है, I will always recommend my friends or rather people who have come into my house and they have liked my house or liked my hospital, they always ask me कि who has done it. So this is how your work is advertised, and this is what inner space looks like. I have not seen inner space advertisement here and there or onto the nets and all. It's like I met them accidentally, you can say.
Hmm.
It was my destiny. Whereas if any of my friends who are planning to do it, the first option, if they ask me and all, always because they have seen my house and they're happy with the work, they're happy with the presentation, the final product, I'll always tell them Ranjit's name. But otherwise, to find an interior, it's really very difficult. As you told me, that people promise, all genre of people tell us कि they are interiors. A furniture wala who is just having a small shop,
Hmm.
he does furniture. He says that he is also an interior designer. But interior designing is just not furniture. Interior
Yes.
designing is placement of furniture along with your walls, your tiles, your doors, everything is included. That one person cannot do it. There has to be a mind which has to be artistic, which has to have what you can say, a picture that the final product could be like this or could be like that. Secondly, whenever I think if I have to plan something for an interior, I need to have a budget. Now that
Yes,
budget, say
absolutely.
for example, if you tell, see, interior is like, never-ending story. You can get your house done, say for tomorrow, a 2 BHK house or a 3 BHK house, you can finish that house for 15 lakh also, you can finish that house for 15 crores also. There is no
Absolutely.
end to any budget to an interior designing. So you need to set your budget so that your interior knows, okay, this is what the budget of the client is, and good interiors like Inner Space will try to see to it that your budget fits in whatever material and
Right. I think we lost you in between. I can't hear you. Oh, we lost him. Okay. Dr. Rakesh, you can join back again. Okay, we lost Dr. Rakesh. I think we'll try and get him. We got you. We got you. We got you. We got you again.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
we
don't know
got
what happened.
you. No, it's okay. It's very normal. The last session, in the last session, we had to restart 4 times.
Acha, okay.
Yeah,
Many a
four
times,
times.
like, during these online things, there has been a lot of load on Wi-Fi's and all. So, like,
Yes.
things which normally would have gone smooth, like, same thing
Yeah.
happens with our Zoom meetings. Like, I give talks on various medical topics to doctors and all. We had lot of online sessions, to an
Yeah.
extent that memes were made on our webinars, or other things were done. But it's like, this has been quite common. Anyways.
Yeah.
So the thing was like what I was sharing is like once you make the budget, it's really easy for our interior designer to set what kind of materials can be used in your like product and how it will finalize and how much time it will take. There are many other factors. Like as a lay person, you do not have uh, not all the knowledge. You may go on net, you may gather all the information, but finally the ones who have to do it have to be comfortable in your budget. Like there are certain things wherein I can imagine. I just saw this video just recently, a Mercedes Maybach SUV. There was this refrigerator in it. It's a small refrigerator that can hold a 750 ml champagne bottle with two glasses. How much it would cost? How much would you imagine it would cost? I thought it could be like 45, 50,000. It will cost him 1.85 lakhs to be fitted. It's not the part of that SUV, but you have to fit it. But what I meant to say is, see, it's not the cost, it's the material also that matters. So as a lay person, if you ask me, getting a particular paint onto your house or getting a furniture with a particular lamination. So laminations,
Mm.
what is used in my thing is quite different, which like Ranjit told me, it's totally different. It's a very shining type of thing. It doesn't feel like laminate. It feels like glass, colored glass, wherein white has been used, whites and grays have been used in my house as a color combination. So wherein what I meant to say, you can get a laminate as low as I think 500 or 1,000 rupees, or you can get a laminate as high as 15, 20,000 rupees. So the thing is like you need to set a budget and you need to give your idea. What is the idea of your house? And the idea of your house, I'll tell you, please don't tell your interior, I want this here, I want that there, I want that there. Tell them that you need a house which is peaceful, or you need a house which is like a five-star hotel, or you need a house which is like typical wherein you need more space, wherein you need less storage, or wherein you need more storage and or a hidden storage. What we told Ranjit was we need anything, we need our house white, and along with it, whatever combination would be in grace. We need our house to be subtle, not very jazzy, you know, good lit light effect with less of bombardment of those brightness of light onto your eyes and all. So the thing is like you need to put forward your concept. Finally, see, you are the best person or you are the best, what you can say, professionally to decide what goes well with your house. So, like you can always say it's my house, I want it my way, but there are certain things which do not match. Like it should not happen also because then later on you will not like it after maybe 6 months or 1 year, and then you cannot change. Like it will cost you bomb if you change it, or like the conceptualization, like how it is going to be when you do not know how the end product is. You can imagine up to one particular point. You cannot imagine beyond it. So, like in
Right.
interior designing, this is something which I think from my side, this is my personal opinion that if you are planning to give to some interior designer, get inputs from him, but at the same time, put forth first is your budget. Keep what you want from your house, from your place, and your parameters of living into that house for a long period of time without making much changes into it. And lastly, there are many things wherein it may happen that whatever you do is not like it can always be changed. But there are certain aspects in your house which you do not want to change repeatedly. And so the convenience has to be there. Say, for example, in a kitchen, you make a kitchenette, you make a modular kitchen, you put in certain other factors into it. If you do not like it, it should not be that stringent. You will not be able to change it at all. Then you will have to change everything. Secondly, the
Yes.
accessibility to certain things. Say, for example, like, like you fit in ACs in your house, you have compressors at particular strategic positions in your house, then you have building pipes which you cannot hamper with, then you have certain pillars and certain areas in the building which normally people try to take in inside. So from my experience, what have I noticed is something which is not yours, you should not take in much. And if you have to take in, try to maintain the structure. This is what inner space Ranjit always told me, that we do not hamper with any of the main pillars, which people start doing it normally. We do not alter the exterior of the building. Whatever we do inside, it's our purview, but nothing that should change the exterior of the building. And I'll tell
Yes.
you, it causes a lot of problem. Later on, the society says that this particular kind of grill or this particular kind of structure which is being seen from outside from a building. See, nowadays societies and what you can say, the communities have become more
Strict,
stricter, and
yeah.
yes, they should be,
Mm.
because so much of
They should be.
fire norms and things are there. These committee members are given notices on from
Mm.
behalf of TMCs and all that these things are not to be done. So what you need from an interior is that the interior should be knowledgeable. What are the things he can get down with? What are the things he shouldn't touch? And what are
Yeah,
the things which you want to take in, you can, but under the preview that it does not affect you in the long run, you know.
absolutely.
And like,
Absolutely.
there are, yeah, and certain things, see, as an inner space, as a company, you have gained experience over a period of time. Everybody gains it. You do mistakes, and that is how you learn. So we try to avoid getting those things again and again to make the client more comfortable and to give more comfort to the client. So, like,
Absolutely.
so many a times, the things just go dead. Like, one space is just dead. मतलब
Mm.
उसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते. What you can
Mm.
do nothing. I have seen houses wherein beautiful houses, but there have been certain points which the builder has only given. I don't know why it's given like it's just a dead and you just cannot do anything onto it. Now, wherein you
Mm.
will have a very limited knowledge about what to do about that dead end, but an interior can always give you certain ideas and tell you that this is one thing which you can always plan here. वो कभी
Yes.
समझता नहीं है ना. I'll tell
Yeah.
you, Ranjit told me we can make a walking wardrobe also in your room. You just knock out.
Yes.
We have 3 bathrooms. Just knock out one bathroom out, and I'll make a walking wardrobe. You want to shift the bathroom? I can shift the bathroom from one place to
Yes.
another. That's not
No,
an issue. I
we
said,
had actually planned it.
yes,
On
I
paper,
know.
we had already
But
planned
we,
it. Yes.
yeah, I know. But again, the thing is like, see, I gave this example. In that bargain, what we as Jyoti and me decided that guests are going to come in. We do not want our guests to enter into our bedrooms to access the washroom. It's like
Absolutely.
once they are into the hall, they
Mm.
go into the powder room, they finish off with their
Mm.
things and come out. Like many
Yeah.
a times, if you go in as a guest, you feel a bit
Mm.
awkward to enter someone's bedroom. Like,
Absolutely.
many a time. So, what I meant to say is,
Mm.
from inner space and from us, things were discussed and things were finalized, and a logical
Mm.
approach was taken. It was not like कि मैंने कहा तो रंजित ने किया. ऐसा नहीं है. There have been
Mm.
certain points where Ranjit told me, I'll give you one more example about the open kitchen.
Yes. Yes.
Jyoti was totally out of, she was
I
not at
know.
all in favor of open kitchen, not at all favor. Ranjit must have had multiple sessions. In some sessions, I was not there because I was totally convinced. I did not say anything. You can ask Ranjit. I never said no to Ranjit for anything. But finally, the woman of the house is the one who has command over the kitchen. So, like, I left everything on to Jyoti and Ranjit. I said, you people do whatever you want to say. I'm okay with both. Finally, like, so many pictures he showed, he gave so
Mm.
many logical explanations, and he uh, like had a lot many discussions with Jyoti, and finally we decided an open kitchen, an island kitchen.
Mm.
And I'll tell you, that is one of the best things in our house to have an open kitchen with an island in between. That makes a house so big. The hall looks as if it extends from
Absolutely.
the entry point to the kitchen to the door. You feel that there is no kitchen only in the house.
Yes.
It looks like
Mm.
a studio apartment. So, like, the
Yeah.
one, and along with it, we have 2 extensions which are bedroom. Like, in order to convince, you have to give a logical explanation. You just cannot say, no, ये करना है मतलब यही करना है. ऐसा नहीं है. Or if the client tomorrow, if Jyoti would have said, no, I don't want an open kitchen. Then some other person, okay, you don't want an open kitchen, ठीक है, बात खत्म. But he insisted that this would increase the decor of your house. And
Yes.
this is
I'll
how
tell
it's
you
going to be.
yeah. The entire your home actually the entire thing has come the way it is right now,
Yes. Yes.
because of the open kitchen.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and if that was like, I would say thank you so much for, even to Jyoti, thank you so much for,
Finally she got
taking,
convinced. Finally she
yeah,
got convinced.
taking that
And
suggestion.
she's the, sorry.
Yes, yes, because that, if that was a closed kitchen, then your house wouldn't have had that wow factor the way it is right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Because your walls have been pushed behind
Correct,
so much. The visual,
correct,
optical space
correct, correct.
is
It
much
looks
huge.
big.
It looks very
Correct,
big now.
correct,
Very
correct.
big. Yeah.
See, basically what, people put in lots of mirrors to give a big optical space. Now, in our house, there are not many mirrors and all. But the optical space, as you said, has increased by this open kitchen. You directly see one wall and you see a wall which is far behind.
This far.
Yeah, this far behind. So it does not
Hmm.
look like a compartment. The house does not look like a compartment because majority homes nowadays, you have a hall, then you have a passage, then you have a room here, and a room there. So like this
Yes.
house, it looks as if it's a one big box with like multiple things in it, and all things have a dedicated like in living area, the dining, and you don't require walls to define these rooms.
Yes.
The structures, the interior itself has defined it. Like it's quite different. As I told you, the wallpapers onto the ceiling along with the LED light, they have made lot of demarcations into the house per se. So it's like beautiful. I'm so sorry that I couldn't show it to you now. Maybe you
No,
have
no, that's
another
okay.
session sometime with Jyoti after 12th September. She'll show you how beautiful the house looks like.
Yeah. In fact, that reminds me, one of the homes we had done long back, about I think maybe 10, 12 years back, in Hiranandani estate. And there they have a very unusual space, given by the builder. It's a
Exactly.
triangle. It's a triangle. Can you beat it? It's a triangle. And that
Okay.
triangle the triangle is also very odd, uh, like you can't you don't get any walls properly,
Correct.
and and
Correct.
the
Correct.
column also in between.
Understood.
And they didn't know what to do with it. But anyways, we were doing the entire home, we have done for them. So finally, that whole room, actually, that space has become the highlight of the entire house.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And,
trying to tell you now. Your extension of ideas or your imagination could be up to limited space. You are not a, what you can say, an expert in it. Like, people like you are artistic and wild imaginations. Like, wherein we just see certain advertisements. You just do not know how that person got this idea and got this
yeah.
advertisement on. And then some advertisements make you cry, some make you laugh. Interior is something like that itself. You see so many videos on YouTube also, and like you just can't imagine how things are happening. So your minds, we cannot match up to it. We can only give our things. Ki this is what we expect, but finally, the modulation of it, the final, what you can say, finaling it, and like making it and giving that product, takes a lot of things.
Hmm. In fact, Rakesh, you won't believe it. I remember telling Ranjit once long back, I said, many people actually, especially the clients who are not from this field, and they don't have that vision, in terms of imagination and visualization and things. And a lot of, even maybe even from our fraternity also. So people usually avoid the columns. Like they wouldn't
Yes,
like one column to be there.
correct,
They would
correct,
like it, agar space open hota, to then it would
correct,
have been better.
correct,
I'll tell
correct.
you one thing, I love columns.
Many a
That,
times. You can do certain things on columns, no? See,
yeah,
recently, like, some painting, some light throwing, you can become an attraction to your house. Or you can just place
exactly.
in some kind of furniture which gives you a beautiful and a wonderful effect many a
Yes,
times.
yes. Because actually that odd thing about that column actually makes it more interesting.
Exactly, exactly.
Uh,
That is what I was trying to tell you. Like, see, this is the thing. If there must be 90% of people who must be thinking that column is an obstruction in their way, but
Yes,
90% of interiors would think that this column maybe an entrance will try to, but 10% like you all will try to make something out of it. See, this is
something
where
out of it.
it
Yes.
makes a difference. This is where it makes a difference. You have put that thing
Hmm.
into my mind, I'll keep it, remember it. So anytime later on, if I find a column, I'll always know whom to ask, what to do about this column. But at least, see, the thing is like, from your point of view, you at least
Hmm.
take care of all the structures that are used. I mean, there is a column, so there
Oh,
is a
yes.
specific purpose for it. Your builder will just not put in a column just for the decor
Take off
of the
it.
house or something. He must have put it for some purpose. You just cannot remove it. You know, certain people do it. And there have been problems like because of those handling with these columns. But at least when you know that you cannot do with this column, so now what I need to know is I need to improvise and do something with it, not without it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact,
kind
that's a
of.
very strong point what you have just told, Dr. Rakesh, because I mean, for the viewers, I think it's very important input. So whenever you are, though, okay, fine, we are interior designers and fine. So forget about inner space for a moment and just think about
Correct.
only interior designing in general. So you need to take care of certain points, you know, like for example, with reference to the technicalities. So there are some
Exactly.
yeah, so there are these structural elements in any building or in any kind of homes. It is
Correct.
very necessary to for your interior designer to have
Correct.
the knowledge about this technical knowledge.
Correct.
That
Correct.
is very very important. So if you're
Correct.
not, if you get that sense that no, you
Correct.
need someone, you get that sense, ki, okay, this person is not, then I think it's better not to give the job
Correct.
and ask for trouble. And also because I think, as I said, that it's a very unorganized market. So you have like contractors sitting there, decorators sitting there, designers sitting there. At the same time, even the architects also doing the interior designing work. So what I would suggest is that you see with whom your personal style is gelling, like
Correct.
someone who can understand you better, you know, and
Correct.
go to a person who is technically qualified in that particular job, because you are doing a
Correct.
lot of technical stuff, plumbing, civil,
Lot
there
of
are
work.
huge changes happening. Whereas in interior decoration, it's not like that. It's in decoration, you just get things from outside and place them. So just
Place.
change.
Correct.
Like tomorrow you want to change your upholstery, that's decoration. You want to get a chair and place it, or a sofa and place it, that's a decoration. But that comes
Correct.
towards the end, once the work is completely
Work
done.
is done.
Yeah. So I think that technical aspect, even in terms of plumbing,
Yes.
once the plumbing is, if it's not in place and the tiles are put up, you're screwed.
It's true. True. Very true.
You're
Very true.
screwed.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you, I'll tell you many a times if you do not have a technical knowledge about it, this is what things happen. And
Yeah.
like say for example, as you told there, it's a very haphazard market. Like anybody can tell you that I'm an interior designer.
Correct.
They just place it with team of their people. They get the things done, but they themselves do not have knowledge. But what could happen because of it? And like the civil contractors, this thing, some civil contractors and people, they just want to finish the job, get their money, and get out of there. They will
Right.
not. There are always technical difficulties in making a house because not all buildings or constructions are perfect, and they're not designed as per your needs. They are designed by the needs of those 90% consumers who are going to buy that building. So, like
Yeah.
every individual has that specific requirement. I have a specific requirement. Someone else must be having a specific requirement. So, you cannot have a different house at different levels wherein the building will not sustain. You are given a block, you are given one specific amount of area. Now, you need to modify it in your way, keeping the structures of the building, which are important, like pillars and columns and all, and getting this in. If your interior does not have knowledge about it, then these things, as you told us, this happens. The skeleton of your house has to be strong.
Hmm.
The soft part, rather you can say all these are softwares, your sofas, your dinings and all, which can be easily removed and can be easily be replaced. But as you told me, this plumbing, the tiles and all, if things go wrong with this, then things will keep on postponing. Leakages to
Hmm.
people down, then you dig onto your things and get it corrected. It's very
Hmm.
difficult. And there have
Yeah.
been certain people.
Yeah, there have been people sometimes what they've done is that people actually go and approach different
Yeah,
contractors
exactly,
and they get the
exactly.
work done.
It's quite a worrisome thing. See, I'll tell you,
Hmm.
being a doctor, I have many patients. I had many patients who are contractors. I have patients who do plumbing thing and all this. See, as patients, they will try to do best for you. But the thing is like, I'm not the right person to know the technicalities. I could have got my house done from them also. Why did I come to an interior designer? Just for the purpose? See, I am not a technical person for that. An interior designer is the best person to place my things in the right place with the proper fitments. That is very
Mm.
important. As I told you, once you get things into your house, the skeleton of your house has to be strong so much. So at least 10 to 15 years, you don't have to worry at all. See,
You
anything
don't
has
have to
to,
worry. Yes,
huh, things are
yes.
going to wear out. That is accepted. But like you cannot think about digging your house again. Now you come
Mm.
back to, you stay here, and 2, 3 years you want to dig something and get the things repaired. This is not at least my cup of tea. So it's better to get the
Mm.
things done from the expert, and he takes the whole responsibility, does all the thinking, gets the things
Responsibility.
channelized. Yeah.
Mm.
So like
In
you getting this, no, it's not possible. It's impossible.
Mm. In fact, you save a lot of your time and energy and also money in
Exactly.
some. The reason is
Exactly.
because this
Exactly.
one person is having the visualization of, because that's a top view of your
Exactly.
entire project. And
Correct.
these are all the people who are going to work on it. All the
Correct.
contractors are going to
Correct.
be
Correct.
practically working on it. But
Correct.
if you approach them separately, then
It's
it becomes
difficult.
very difficult for this view to come. You will not be able to see
Difficult,
that.
difficult. See, because the
And
reason is interior is the one person, as you told you, the top view. He has seen everything. He is like handling the puppets, like, with his hands, getting the things done. If I am the person, I'm not going to handle because I do not have a set of people who work as a team. I have different people coming in, and two different people who have never met each other. They cannot work well with each other.
yeah.
A plumbing person cannot work well with a person who is styling around. An electrician
Mm.
cannot work well with the equipments which are going to come along. So it's better to
Mm.
have it under someone who has a control over all
Mm.
these people who have been
Mm.
working as a team since a very long time. It makes sense.
Mm.
Because I'll tell you,
Mm.
say for example, if the painting work or the wall putty and all what you say, and the
Mm.
ceiling work along with the electrical work which is done, there has to be a coordination between the
Oh,
electrical guy
yes.
and that thing. If
Oh,
you do,
yes.
if I take it from two different people, where is the coordination? They're not work.
Mm.
They do not know how they are going to do the work. So there
Correct.
are various styles of working. It's not that making a wall or painting a wall is a technique which is same for all. The stages, the steps must be same. I'm not an
Mm.
expert in it, but like use of material, the way it has to be done. Say for example, many doctors do surgeries, but not do all the surgical outcomes are the same. There may be some
Oh, yes.
complications. There may
Absolutely.
be
Yeah.
90% patients are all right, 10% there are some complications. What I mean to say is when we are operating as surgeon, I'm not a surgeon, but I'm talking about a surgeon. Like they have a
Mm.
team, they work with each other. It's not like all new people coming and getting it done.
Mm.
Working with your house is the same thing. You cannot have yourself as a person getting all these things done because the two other are from the different parties. They do not know each other. To get them meet is one thing, and
Yeah.
getting a product out of them is another thing. So it's better
Yeah.
that your interior takes all this. As you told,
Mm.
it saves a lot of time. It saves definitely saves a lot of money. I cannot expect myself to take a leave for 7 to 10 days and sit with someone and get the things done in my house. No, not at all. Because I do not have, forget about the time and money. I do not have the knowledge how to get it done. People
Mm.
will tell me, हाँ डॉक्टर साहब हम ये करेंगे ये करेंगे ये करेंगे अरे but how is it going to be once it is done you cannot change it. If you
Yeah.
have to change it you have to again pay for it. You have
Yeah.
invested lakhs, you again have to invest lakhs, then what's the time, what's the point? So might as well use an expertise. It's not that they're going to start work straight away, they're going to give you a preview and
Yeah.
going to tell us that this is how your house is going to be and this is what the things are going to be and this is how the steps we are going to go ahead with the house, and this is where then you give your inputs. And maybe things would also be modified. See, you have not like certain things. The interior is going to give back his opinion. You come to a point wherein maybe not all yours, not all his, somewhere around in between, but at least that path is reached because you have
Mm.
only your concept. You do not have an
Mm.
expert concept. So like, you can only do things up to a certain level, but with the help of an interior, you will be able to actually you will be able to imagine. Just as I told you about the wallpaper on, I was actually not see putting wallpapers on the ceiling. It was like I'll tell you, I felt that when I was small in schools, my house had a wallpaper. There was a timing like wallpapers used to be on the ceilings like around. I said, I don't want that thing again. When they told me these are different kind of wallpapers, and we're not going to put it as the traditional one. We're going to put it in a different way. See, there it is. because I had an experience, I had a memory of my wallpaper that way. So I thought, I do not want this house to be like that. So like this is where the interior comes in. He told me it is not so. See, this is how it is going to be. There were so many catalogs which we went through. We saw it looked so beautiful. It changed my mind. It changed my wife's mind. And we decided about putting in these wallpapers on the ceiling. We were ready with the wallpapers on the single walls in each room, but not onto the ceilings. But the thing is, like what I meant to say, there are certain inputs which you just cannot have. You have your own limitations. Uske upar you have your own things. No, 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 no. Like Jyoti had no, 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 no for the open kitchen. But finally we gelled down to and we decided to have it. And we're much happy. She's very happy to have it.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, the wallpaper on the ceilings is not a very much seen concept.
Yeah, it's
Even if
now the wallpaper on the ceiling. I showed you this ceiling. It looks like a Taj Mahal hotel on the top, like on the ceiling. I light on the bed, gets your light off. Just the fan light which I showed you, there is a dim option in it. It looks
right.
so beautiful. And the lines which I showed you, it looks like wood. It does not look like wallpaper. It looks like there is a patch of wood which has been put onto the walls. It gives a different feeling altogether.
Not even not many interior designers also use the ceilings that way, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
Ceilings
more
have become more monotonous and more of lights and
yeah.
LEDs going around. So like we never wanted that when we told Ranjit about the ceilings, I had told him that we do not want the ceilings which are plain, vagara, do something and you decide what you want. And this is what he decided. Geometry. I know geometry. Like, you were there, Ranjit were there when we had this meeting before starting all this work. We said, we will make your house look like a geometry. I couldn't get that concept. What geometry will put it in the house?
No, that's okay. That it happens. It happens. So and it's so interesting that every like now also like if we go on and on, we can just go on talking. In every corner there's a story.
Yes, yes,
there's a story
yes.
attached to every corner.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
Period, so it's like quite interesting to and honestly
Correct.
because this is very close to my heart, so I can just go on and I'm sure it's your house.
Yes, more than that. I'll tell you where there are difficulties, not things you at that moment of time eats up your brain like anything, but when the final product turns out to be good, it's such a blissful emotion and a feeling, I'll tell you. Same as as you told me that interior is almost like being a doctor of the house. Like when a bad patient or when a complicated patient comes out of its illness and comes for a follow-up, comes in the OPD with a smile. Forget about the consultation fee, forget about the admission, but the feeling of happiness which you get into your mind, seeing that patient laughing around, is the same. I think you must also be getting, seeing your product and seeing your client so happy staying inside that product. And I'm not talking about it.
Yeah, whenever we have handed over the keys, so we have had such experiences, where the families have literally broken down.
Yeah, it does.
They
See, because,
broke down.
because I'll tell you, as far as the house is concerned, when you plan for an interior, you plan for something to live in your dreams. You have always dreamt of it. And when
Yeah.
your dreams come into reality, so even the toughest of the guy may not cry, but there are always tears in the eyes. Or there's always a feeling that, like, this is something which I wanted. So maybe some things may or may not go, but majority of the house which you live in, you feel, that your dreams, whenever dreams come true, tears have to come. Otherwise, not a
Yeah.
human being.
Yeah. Very true. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to put down in the comments below. I think we have Dr. Rakesh has given from all out from his heart everything
Yes.
that he could
Yes.
fairly
And I'll
share.
tell you, not biased with Madhu or Ranjita. It is just an honest opinion about inner space.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So if there are no more questions, then I think we can you want to add anything else, Dr. Rakesh? You
No,
have
I
anything
must have
else to
spoken. I
say?
spoke a lot. Not, nothing. I don't know. If I start speaking, if I start remembering, I'll start speaking. Presently, there is nothing in my mind as of now. It may just come in sometime. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So, with this, I would like to, say thank you so much, Dr. Rakesh.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. We are grateful for being very much obviously associated with you all. And not only as okay friends, yes, we have become very good friends as
Yes.
family, but more than that, even as a client relation, has been very nice, and it's a two-way process.
True.
We have learned a lot on the way, because anybody of like very humbly I'm saying this, and I'm sure Ranjit is also of the same opinion, though he's not here right now. He's also of the same opinion that you may be an expert in any field, but the learning never stops.
Never. True.
So even if you may be an expert, but at the same time, your experiences keep adding value. So
True.
every client is different, every experience is different, every home, every space we design is different. Every time there are different kind of, it's not that everything goes very smooth and all
True.
everyone in the beginning, everyone goes through that. The projects, every project has taught us something added value to even our insights, and it has given us more in-depth knowledge, which we then progress and apply from there on. Then every time, every project, we learn something, maybe something
True.
additional.
True.
Technically we come across something and then we overcome it, and then whatever, because these are all functional. Interiors is a very functional job, um,
Correct.
along with obviously maintaining the aesthetics. It's not only just about aesthetics, so you should be able to
Correct.
use it.
Correct.
So thank you so much, and we, along with your both the projects, for the trust that you showed on us, for both the projects, in fact, and we look forward to strengthening our relation more and more,
Yes. Yes.
both professionally as well as personally. And I wish Tanishka a very all the best
Yes.
for
Thank you.
the
Yeah.
then I'm
Yes.
sure she's a very
Definitely.
bright student, so she's a chilled out girl.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she will, yeah,
Our kids are
she
all
will
chilled
take
out
me.
about everything. We are the ones
Yeah,
who take
she will
stress.
take me.
Nothing.
Yes.
They're all chilled out. We should learn from them.
Yeah, and once in a while, I mean, it's been a long time that I haven't met actually you all, a long, because of,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
because of the too long a period
In
of this
COVID, we have
COVID.
not made at all. Before
Yeah, we
COVID,
have
I
not
think
met.
once
So
or
one of
twice. In
these
fact, we have
days I
met
will
in
drop in.
Viviana. Yeah, surely.
Yeah. So I one of these days I'm going to I'll plan it with Ranjit and we'll drop in
Sure, sure, sure.
after
Most
our
welcome
exam.
to your home after an
Yeah,
exam.
yeah.
Yes.
So thank you so much, and maybe we'll have wine.
Yes, absolutely. Waiting for it. Thank
So
you so
thank you
much.
so much, Mr. Rakesh. Thank you so much for the evening,
Thank you. Thank you so
and
much. Namaste.
yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Um, yeah, bye.